How much water do we actually need? The truth is, there isn't a magic number. The thing is, your water needs actually depends on your body size, your activity level, the climate you live in, and how much you actually sweat throughout the day. Now, with my coaching, I have most of my clients aim for just about a gallon of water each day. Not because that's what everybody needs. Everybody doesn't need a gallon, but most people just simply aren't drinking enough water to begin with. Like if I tell you that you need to drink a gallon of water every day, chances are you might not drink that, but you're going to be conscious enough and you're going to try to drink enough water, which in turn is going to get you hydrated for the day. Now, for the most part, more water is usually better, but more isn't always better. If you drink excessively amounts, you can actually throw off your body's electrolyte balance because you will start urinating more and you will urinate out your electrolytes. So instead of obsessing over a number like a gallon or 32 ounces or whatever, just pay attention to your body. Pale, yellow urine, good energy, and not feeling consistently thirsty are all signs that you are well hydrated. But there's a lot more to proper hydration than just drinking water. In my full YouTube video, I'll explain exactly how, if you know you're drinking too much or too little, or how to figure out what's the right amount for you. So the question is, how much water do you actually need? This is one of the most common questions I get, and the answer is probably not what you think. You see, everyone wants this magic number, right? You've probably heard things like drink 8 glasses a day, drink a gallon a day, drink a half a gallon a day, or drink half your body weight in ounces, right? But the problem is, none of those numbers are right for everyone. You see, your hydration needs are different from everyone else's. I mean, think about it. A 120-pound office worker who spends all day in air conditioning doesn't need the same amount of water as a 220-pound construction worker working outside in summer heat. Now, your water needs actually depends on a number of different things, such as your body size, your activity level, how much you're doing in a day, the climate you live in, right? If you live in warmer climates, how much you sweat every day, even your diet. Your diet actually depends on how much water you need. Like, for example, a higher protein diet generally requires more fluids. Why? Because your body needs additional water to process and excrete protein byproducts. You didn't know that one, did you? This is why there's no single number that works for everyone. Now, with that being said, I still tell my clients to shoot for about a gallon of water each day. And here's why. Because it's really simple. Most people aren't walking around overhydrated. Most people aren't drinking enough every day to keep themselves well hydrated. When I tell someone to aim for a gallon, it gives them an easy goal instead of trying to calculate the perfect amount for their bodies each day. Now, does everybody need a gallon every day? No. But for active adults trying to improve their health, exercise regularly, lose weight, gain muscle, wherever it is, whatever target that most people have, shooting for a gallon a day works well for them. But I do want to clear up a myth. Now, we know more water is usually better for most people, but more isn't always better for everyone. If you force excessively amounts of water without replacing those electrolytes in your body, it can be detrimental to you, especially if you're someone who do or have long workouts or endurance training. You can dilute your body's sodium levels and create problems. But thankfully, that's not something the average person needs to worry about. For most people, the bigger issue is simply not drinking enough water because you replace the water with different liquids, coffees, teas, sodas, juices, and everything else but water. So that's typically a problem with most individuals because they're not thinking about pure water when they're drinking other liquids. Now, if you're someone who's extremely active through your workouts, you sweat a lot, maybe from your job, or you're going to saunas, things like that, you're losing a lot more fluids than the average person. And you're also losing electrolytes like sodium, potassium, magnesium, and chloride. That's why I created Hydra Food by C Squared Nutrition. It provides those key electrolytes with 10 calories, 2 grams of carbs, and no added sugar, which is key. Um, I recommend using this for your hydration support before and during your workouts. Now, with that being said, that does not mean everybody needs a hydration or electrolyte supplement every day. If you're somebody sitting at a desk all day, then plain water is usually enough. But if you're someone who's training hard every day with your workouts, you're sweating a lot, going to saunas, things like that, replacing your electrolytes becomes extremely important. Now let's get back to the video. So to keep it simple, instead of stressing over the perfect number, just pay attention to your body's signals. Here's a couple of signs that you can pay attention to know if you're properly hydrated. One, if your urine is pale yellow, it's a good sign, right? So pay attention to your urine. If you have consistent energy throughout the day, if you're getting good sleep, um, if you're uh, not consistently thirsty, right? It's a good sign. And if your workouts are good, right? If you're recovering well, those are all good signs that you're properly hydrated. So if you're going throughout the day and you don't get your 32 ounces, your 48 ounces, your 120 ounces, your gallons, that does not mean that you are not properly hydrated. There's no magic number. So what I suggest you all start doing is just paying attention to your body and start with um, an obtainable number. If you know you can consistently get 48 ounces into your day, start with that. Now, if you consistently get that 48 ounces, I'm just giving you like I said, no magic number. If you just throwing out a number, if you consistently get your 48 ounces in, but you find yourself more thirsty, even though you're getting 48 ounces, then you know you're not drinking enough. You know your body requires more, and so on. You go up to half a gallon. If you're drinking a half a gallon of water, and that is your consistent number, um, but you find yourself more thirsty, even with a half a gallon, then you know you got to bump it up. Or if you notice that some of those things, your urine is off, right? You're not recovering from your workouts, or you know 1 week you went to a sauna and you sweat more, then you know you got to drink some more and replace those electrolytes, right? So instead of just uh, worrying or obsessing over a number, start paying attention to your body. If you found this video useful, go ahead and hit the subscribe button or simply give it a like. Support always helps. Now, if you're someone who wants individualized coaching, I do offer online coaching. I'm a certified master trainer. As you know, you can go ahead and shoot me an email and I'll get back to you. Or if you want to simply follow me for daily motivation and tips, follow me on Instagram at Corey Tibbs. Until then, I will see you on the next one.
As always, my content is sponsored by C Squared Nutrition, where quality nutrition meets your nutritional needs. Head over to the website www.ctibbs.com. Type in code TIPS by Tibbs for your discount.